What's better for the children? Separate households or one household?
If it's a toxic household and there's abuse going on, separate, because children feed
what's
on
better, figuring out how to get along or continuing to be toxic? It takes two to be toxic.
100%, but sometimes there is no repair. Sometimes things are beyond repair.
I think that's a choice. You can't, if someone's screaming at you and argue, it's your choice to scream back.
100%, but you can also fall out of love with someone based on repeated behavior. Someone might not adapt, or someone is compromised. It has to go both ways.
Is love a feeling or a choice?
Love's a feeling.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like you can't, because sometimes you don't want to love someone, but you do. If it was a choice, you would decide, I don't love you anymore. But it's not always that simple.
Do you think your parents always felt like they loved you? Like I don't know. When I was a kid, there was times I would scream out of temper tantrums. You think my mom in that moment just felt love for me?
Deep down, yeah. But for face value,
she used to beat me with a spoon.
What is a spoon? But out of love. It was out of love, though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, she might not have felt like she loved me, but her choices proved that she did. And I think it's the same thing with a family. Like, I mean, in my opinion, anyway, I think, you can feel a certain way about your husband. You might hate him at some. I mean, even Michelle Obama came out and said she hated Barack for 10 years.
Okay, so in a situation where you've got a husband and a wife, and the husband goes out and he goes to work and he provides for the family, however, he comes home every night and he beats his wife and then he beats his kids. So should that woman deal with that and tolerate that for the rest of her life because she decided to get married?
Don't forget, I said once there's no right, once nobody's life's in danger.
Okay, let me
I said that from the beginning.
It's really interesting. Like, women always bring up abuse. Like, we're just getting beat left and right. When the numbers don't show that the majority of men are abusing women, so that's an exception. It's not the rule. I think if your life's in danger, I would agree. But I actually would still. Part of me still thinks that you should separate, not divorce.
So then what's...
I don't know, but I'm not going to die on that hill. I haven't thought that one all the way through. It's like, don't quote me. Okay. But it's like, I'm going to say that for now. I might change my mind later.
Okay.
But
it's a piece of paper as well now, isn't it, marriage? Like, I think...
Now it is.
I think, yeah, because everything that you say in your vows, loving, whatever, that's someone's actions. Getting divorced it's the paper, it's the legal, whatever that word is, yeah. Where a relationship is something that you have to work on. Like, most people that get divorced, they usually have some form of relationship. Sometimes the love doesn't die, it just evolves somewhere different. Like, I'm divorced. I got married. I was with my ex-husband for 15 years, from 17 onwards, and then we got married in the last year. I proposed to him just because I thought it was the right thing to do. And then we broke up and we don't really talk. We've got a terrible relationship.
Wait, so you waited 16 years to get married?
15 years,
15 years?
Yeah.
Then you got married?
Yeah.
And then you broke up?
Divorced after, yeah. Because we shouldn't have got married. We were trying to do the right thing for our children. But, we just grew apart as people. It wasn't for any real reason.
But if you grew apart, couldn't you grow back together? Because if you grew one way, you could grow the other way.
Well, the thing is, Boo, like, I was 17 when I got with him. I was a child. Do you know what I mean? Now, as a 38-year-old woman, I don't feel any form of attraction to him at all. The way he talks, walks, dresses, his whole thing, we're two completely different people.
So you left because you weren't attracted to him?
No, we left because we're just two different people on two different paths.
Because I'm just thinking of my mom met my dad when she was 17, and I mean, there were times where they didn't like each other. And she probably, would have said the same thing at some points in their marriage, but they just stuck it out. And now they're really cute. My dad just took her on the cutest date.
Yeah, because they're getting old.
I just want to know, because I don't believe that women should ask men
to
marry them. I think that's just a downhill spiral.
Yeah.
Why did you ask them? Do you think? Because I find that if a man's going to marry, it's going to be like within the first, say, 3-4 years. After that, it's just because he feels pressurized by society. If you've got kids, or the woman says, we've been together for how many years? Like, you're going to make an honest woman of me. And
yeah, no, it's a big mistake, personally. Like, I don't think any woman should propose to a man. I think a man should take his wife, and that's the first mistake to make. And also just trying to, for me, I wanted him to feel secure in our relationship because I've always been quite, not always, but I was a little bit more bigger energy than him. And he's a Colombian man, you know, they think the woman should be da-da-da-da-da. And I'm a British kind of, I was raised, my mum was single, like we was raised to be ourselves, free-hearted, and I'm a creative. So there's all these culture clashes as well. But yeah, you know, I think personally, not everything is about marriage. Like we got together when we was children. We don't know ourselves. I didn't know myself as a woman. He didn't know himself as a man. So after those 3 years, we're still, 21, 22? We had our first child. We're trying to open up a business. Like, it wasn't a fact of, you know, where it needs to be. It's something that kind of felt natural, but it wasn't.
If you didn't get married, would you still been together, do you think?
No. The vibe just changed. The energy just changes. You want different things from different people. Like, he's happy to have a 9 to 5. I don't want that.
Women always seem to outgrow the men. Especially the artists. They're either book writers, musicians, painters, or something like that. They move in a different circle, and then all of a sudden, like, they're there, and they see the man is there. He's not on my level anymore, or they've outgrown him, or he doesn't understand me, or I'm mixing in different circles, so I've got different vibes.
Yeah, it wasn't that, but I respect that.
Did you feel like that he was holding back your career at all?
Yeah, 1,000%. Like, you know, I remember I had a major audition. He said, if you go for that, me and you are breaking up.
What was the audition?
For Big Brother. And I got through.
I don't know what that is.
Big Brother's like, you don't know about Big Brother?
It's a reality show.
It's a reality show. About 10 people go into a house and they get watched 24/7, whatever. And I got through quite far. And he's like, if you go on it, then basically it's either me or the show. And
is it a dating show?
No, it's like a social experiment where they put like 12 different people with different personalities into one house for 3 months.
And they give them tasks.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's cool. So yeah, and you know, he always, you're an attention seeker, you're this, you're that. Like, he was putting me down from a young age and not appreciating and respecting who I was as a person. But that was his own insecurities, because as much as, I'm an artist and flamboyant, and I'm also a loyal woman, I appreciate and love loyalty and respect and sacredness, and the fact that I could go out and, you know, perform but then come home to my husband would have been a dream come true for me. But his own ego, for whatever reasons, wherever he's come from, his environment, he didn't allow it.
If he didn't do that, do you think it would have worked out?
100%, yeah. If he would have appreciated me for who I was as a person.
So it sounds like he wanted you to act more traditional in a way, and you were more modern.
Yeah.
And then that's what ended the marriage, was he was trying to make you into something that you're not.
Basically. So I'm not a traditional woman. This is what I've realised. This is the conversation. I'm a modern woman. So yeah, that was the reason.
You just realised that?
As you lot are talking,
I was thinking he's going to click in a minute. I was just waiting for the penny to drop.
Because I've got traditional values. Do you know what I mean? But like, I'm not, because I would have been with my husband still to this day if I was a traditional woman.
Whenever women say traditional values, they always say cooking, cleaning, looking after the house. And men can do that. Easy. Whenever they say traditional values. And we get to hear something that men agree on. And women always say, cooking, cleaning, looking after the kids. A man just wants someone to have his back and to enhance him. That's it. Enhance him. Grow with him. That's it. But I was glad that you realised that you weren't traditional, because the way you were saying, because, you know, when I realised is when you said, he said if I was going to go on Big Brother, that it was finished. And I wouldn't have gone.
But I didn't go on Big Brother. I missed the opportunity. Like, for
you listened to him?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, right.
If you didn't end up getting remarried, do you think you would regret it?
Say that again, babe.
If you didn't end up getting remarried, so if you're 70, 60 by yourself, would you regret leaving him?
Yeah, no, because my next partner that I'm with, we don't actually physically have to get married. If he marries himself to me, and we're loyal when we live that way, cool, but we don't have to go to a church or go to a registry office and sign the papers for the government. No, but I want to find my man that's loyal to me. I'm loyal to him, that I can give myself to. That's what I'm on.
No, but I'm saying, like, if that didn't happen, would you, because we were talking about earlier that a lot of women regret it because they don't end up finding, I'm not saying that'll happen to you. I'm just saying if you were in that situation, do you think you'd regret it? Yeah,
well, I'm hoping I don't stay single for the rest of my life. Because I don't hate the guy. I think if you put in effort into anything could work out. Do you know what I mean? I still love the guy.
Yeah. So in a way, did you feel like you could do better than that relationship?
1,000%. But that's only because I got into a relationship as a child, as a teenager, and not as a woman that knows herself. And
17's an adult.
I don't think 17 is an adult, not at all.
17 is an adult. All depends on your mindset.
Exactly.
I had my son at 17 and I had to be an adult. So if I was with a man and getting a relationship, you'd have to be an adult.
We played the adult, do you know what I'm saying?
Played? Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, we played.
I didn't play.
Yeah, we had the household, we had the children, we was doing the whole thing, do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was a child because I'm emotionally unintelligent. So when the war of the worlds actually do start to come up to you, you don't know how to deal with them properly. And that's my own experience.
But didn't your mum help you?
Well, my mum's come from relationship after relationship, come from a broken family. So I've had to break the generational curse. Even though I'm not with him, but I'm not out here sleeping with Tom, Dick and Harry. I'm celibate. Like, I'm holding myself down because I don't need to be doing casual sex and I'm waiting for my king. So in order to wait for my king, I have to hold myself.
Do you think that men generally want to wait for women that have had children already? Because I've just talked to guys about this, and it's kind of like, if you already have a child.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Like, do you think that's a good strategy?
No, the men don't want women that have got children, unfortunately, because the thought of it, bringing up someone's kid or whatever. But my children, they're not children, they're young men.
No, I meant the celibacy. Like, it sounded like you were going to have guys, like, wait for sex because you don't want to do the casual.
So, they're not waiting. I'm waiting. So I'm not in any form of relationship. Like, I don't even entertain guys.
You're focused on the career.
Yeah, and myself, though, because I don't like to just let any guy inside of me because that don't make me feel good. So it's not just about the career because I'm single. I want a man. I want someone to cuddle up with. I want to have sex. I want to have a connection, but I'm not just going to do it just because. I'd rather hold out. I'd rather be in agony and be like, I can, not the right guy, but
How long ago was the divorce?
It was like 6 years ago now.
Do you think it could ever be reconciled?
No, he just had a baby. Oh. Bless him. Like, he's got a woman, and like, no, it doesn't need. I wish that we could have a good relationship because we're family. We've got children together. I wish we could go out for meals together and talk and communicate and have a healthy relationship. But I think that's not going to happen because he still has feelings towards me. I've got feelings for him, but not in that way. So it's awkward.
So he has another woman, but he's still
1,000%.
So what does he say? He wants to get back with you?
We don't talk. The last kind of conversation that we had, he made certain energy clear that there was still something there, and I don't respect that. So if you can't treat me, we're not. But that's men for you. So you have to put a boundary.
How long ago was that?
That was about 2 years ago.
So you haven't spoken in 2 years?
No.
Do you think maybe he doesn't have the same feelings now that he's just had the kid?
I would love that if that was the case, but then we would be able to have a healthy relationship, isn't it? If there was no feelings there. So it's just how it is.
So
sometimes.
How does that work
sad.
with the kids? Don't you guys have to communicate to?
Well, my children are grown now, and when we divorced,
how old's your youngest?
15.
Okay, but he doesn't go to his dad's?
Yeah, he goes to his dad's. They see each other. They've got a healthy relationship. My children have got relationships with both of us, and we communicate very clearly with them. So like I said, because I'm a young mum and I've experienced coming from a broken home, I made sure my children didn't go through that. So I always speak to my children, communicate, look, me and dad are not together, but we still care about you. You can have 2 different lives, 2 different homes. They stay there, stay at my house. It's healthy. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Young mum.
Yeah.
Is it hard ever, like, around the holidays? Like, I'm assuming, do you guys switch up? I'm just curious how that works.
So basically every other. So this next year, I'm going to have them Christmas. He has them New Year's. Vice versa. And we just do it that way.
Is that hard or is that okay?
No, it's lovely. Because that means that we both get to do our own thing every other time. And I think it's great.
Can I just ask you, just one question popped up in my head.